Hey guys, welcome to today's Zoom at Noon. This is recording, so hopefully some people will pop on for questions. If not, I will give you information that I believe is important, and then you can always chime back in with some questions later. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about inviting, and we've been kind of talking about it all week long, and I believe that inviting is probably the one thing that scares a lot of new coaches away. For a couple reasons. And the biggest one, I believe, is we're not really sure what we are inviting them to. We're excited to be a coach. We want to help others. We want to work on our journey. All these things are happening. And it's scary to say, hey, I'm brand new at this. Let me help you. And I totally get that. So I am by all means not an expert in this, but I do want to share what I do because because I think it works, but bigger than it working, it's something I'm comfortable with. And I believe that is what, we need to get in the habit of doing, is just finding what works for us. Now, I'm not saying get in your comfort zone and stay there forever. I'm saying do something that you don't feel icky about. That's different. That's different than challenging yourself or stepping outside your comfort zone. Those all have to happen to be successful. But you don't need to do anything that you feel like if somebody did this to me, I'd be uncomfortable. And I think that's important to know because we have all gotten the Hey Girl invite, right? Several times a week, I get somebody inviting me to join something that they have going on. And a lot of times it's health related, which I want to be like, clearly you don't know me. Because you would know that I already have a jam in my health regimen. So that's the first thing that I would say before you invite anybody, you know something about them. You understand them. Here's what I am going to talk to you guys about today. When we talk about the vital behaviors, you hear us say invite, invite, invite. So I'm going to break that down into 3 things. So the first invite is just inviting them into your life. Okay, inviting them into your life. Don't make it hard, guys. Don't make it difficult to be like, how am I going to invite people or add people to my network? Because that's what we're doing. We're going to add people to our network. But the reality is you're just adding people to your life. You're saying, I want to share my journey with you. And the only way that you are going to get the inside scoop of my journey is if we are friends on Facebook. That's the only way, because that's where I'm sharing it. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how I add to my network. Okay, so here we are in Facebook. And I think it's important too that when we talk about Facebook, we understand that this is our storefront. We are selling our product via social media. I love that. I know a lot of people suggest websites, or I even was going to buy a building at one point, and I realized I don't need to do any of that because it's all right here, free on Facebook, and you will reach so many more people. So I'm going to show you first how I add to my network. Hello, Lauren Kirby. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Lauren. I just noticed that this was a sad thing. I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay, so what I'm going to do is search something that I'm interested in. So we'll put Aldi. Aldi grocery. Okay. Now, not everybody from Aldi is going to be my jam. So I think it's important that we understand that you are in control. I don't want any of that. Sorry, we'll try again. Aldi. So if you notice when I searched it, a whole bunch of different groups popped up because everybody loves Aldi. And so there may be different groups with the name Aldi in it. And you can definitely go to those. I'm just going to go here. Then you want to scroll down to the posts. Hi, Claudia. I'm just talking about this. You already know, I'm just talking about how I add to my network. So I'm in Aldi right now. So the first part of inviting is adding to your network. So this girl's cute. She's talking about how holidays are tough. She's got kids. Oh, I can only message her. Here is the easiest way that I believe to add to my network. I'm going to click a picture. That's funny. Click a picture I think is funny. And I'm going to click the likes. And it's going to bring them up. And anyone that looks kind of my jam, I am going to ask them to be my friend. Looks like I already sent her one. Okay. I'm not going to keep doing it because I've already done it. One of the things, well, I'll do it one more time. One of the things when you're adding to your network, I think it's important that sometimes Facebook will say, hey, only friend people that you know. Are you sure you know this person? I do that until it prompts me 2 times.
Froze for a second.
I know. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, and Claudia, stop me if you have any questions, but I know this part you could have already known.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you. So you just go like to the like section, and you just click add friend from there. I've been kind of going to their page to get a little better of a feel.
I will do that before I message them, but just to send them a friend request, I literally do that off of looks alone.
Okay.
Which
and see, sometimes I want to go to the page because I'm looking for like moms, for example. So I don't want to add somebody who's like, you know, a single party girl, for example.
Right. Well, I think you can probably tell enough of that. Well, I got it on my Facebook page. You can probably tell enough of that from their profile picture. If they have kids in their profile picture, if it's them and their husband, whatever. I literally am totally judgmental. And if I would be friends with you from your profile picture, I will friend you. And I think that's one reason why what we put as our profile picture is so important, because people will look at your picture and get kind of first response from that. And if we are asking them to be our friend, they're going to go to our profile picture just like we did. So I think that's important. My computer is going slow. The other thing I like to do a lot, and this was a suggestion when I was at leadership, was to go to family photography. Sorry, I haven't had this problem in a long time. I'm moving over here. Okay. Family photography, I think, is a great place to do it as well, because if they're a family photographer, chances are, or somebody likes a family photographer, then chances are they have a family. So you can go and look at that as well. So I'll do that real fast. I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to do plank photography. I don't know, sounds cute. Plank. I like planks. Maybe. The goal is to find a picture. I don't know why that's not coming up. So you get the gist, though. A picture would come up of a family. So I don't know why this is not letting me pull up her pictures. I'll try this one. And sometimes, like, for example, with photography, I noticed on this one, several of my friends already like that picture. So I'm like, okay, I would be friends with these people. So I'm going to, it doesn't have any likes. Sorry, my computer's in slow-mo. Ooh, these are cute. So, okay, I'm going to go to this post. I'm going to click where it says likes. And I'm going to add these people as my friend. That's a kid. So they're probably my tribe. That's probably my tribe. Like that, like that. She might be a little older than my tribe, so I'm going to skip. I don't know what you're doing in that dress, so I'm going to skip you. Beth, looking good. Okay, so that's how I do it. Sometimes they request me to be, or they accept my friend's request. Sometimes they don't. I do not track this. Some people say they do because they want to make sure they follow up. I just do that so more people see my stuff because I feel like I have a story that's worth sharing and I want to make sure people see it. So it is less important to me to know who is looking at my stuff, just to know that it's growing. So I do know a lot of people that that definitely do track that. But so that's step one. Step one is just to add to your network. You're inviting them into your life. And then you've got to share your life. So that is where I find that inviting is easy, because I'm not going to ask a random person to join me in my health journey because I don't know where they are in their health journey. So that seems like a moot point. I want someone to be inspired by what I am doing and come and ask me. So I want to walk you through my page. And again, it is not perfect, but here would be an invite. So I redid my profile picture the other day, and I would encourage you guys to do that often and then add a little story. I try to do it once a month, change my profile picture and add a little story for two reasons. Your profile picture gets a ton of views. So if you can add some sort of a story to it where people will ask questions, then you're getting kind of a twofer. So I changed my profile picture to me drinking a shake, and then I talked briefly about why I love the shake because it's made my health so much greater. I didn't ask a question there. I just gave some information. But here is this person that talked about how she's been following my journey, and I do not know her. So I have not reached out to her. I have not sent her blind invites. I have not done anything except for shared my story enough to where it touched her heart that she wanted to reach out to me. So that is how you invite via your posts. Claudia, do you have any questions about that? I know you're on mute, but if you come up with any, holler at me. So I want to make sure that every 24 hours that I have some sort of an invite in my social media. Sometimes it is as simple as here's some information. Sometimes it is, let me find another one. Oh, Claudia, go. Did you have a question, Claudia? Where is one? I had one of my food that I was going to show you. So when I say every 24 hours you should have an invite, that just means every 24 hours you should say, hey, I'm doing this. What do you think this would work for you? Hey, trying to get this picture to pop open.
Sally, I was asking, but I think that's right when you froze. I could hear you, but then I couldn't see you.
Yeah, no problem.
So you don't send messages to people inviting them to a group or anything. You solely do it through your posts.
So what would happen there, and I'm trying to find one that I had of food. So I may say something like, if you, here's the food I had today. Here's what's happening on my quote unquote diet, something like that. And then I would say, if this sounds like something you want, holler at me, something like that. Okay, here's a good one. So on this one, I said, you win, and that was it. You win. And so anybody who has liked or commented, I will send them a message. So that's when I do the physical invite. But I would never, and that's just me, again, some people it works for, I am not comfortable sending somebody an invite to a challenge group that hasn't shown interest at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what I do. So, for example, the girl who commented on my profile picture about the stroke, I'm going to send her a message, and I'm just going to open up conversation about how awesome it is that here's this woman that follows my story, and I don't even know who she is. And I just feel like I owe it to her to thank her for being a part of my journey. And so I want to start that conversation first and see if she even needs my help before, because what I used to do, and it did not work out well, which is why I don't do it anymore, I would immediately send a, excuse me, you liked my post about my transformation, and I would send a direct message, and I would say, hey, thanks for liking my transformation. I'd love to send you information so you can be a part of it too. Well, maybe they like my transformation because they're in the middle of a transformation too. So, but I don't know that. So it's important to me to get to know them. And it's true when people say social media should be social. Talk to those people. Don't just assume that they want what you have, because maybe they just want somebody to talk to about it. So get to know them first, because at the end of the day, they're going to want to get healthy. They're going to want accountability. They're going to want nutrition and fitness, and they're going to reach out to whomever they trust the most. And that person is the person that's been talking to them, not requesting a sale. That's my belief. So that's the second way I invite, is invite through your post. So to recap that, every 24 hours, make sure there's some sort of an invite in your post, whether it's a transformation. Hey, do you need these results? A food picture. Would you love this recipe? Anything. A question should come every 24 hours. And that is how invite number 2 works. I got a cough, just a second. And then the final invite number 3, is where you search people out. So these are the people. Invite number 2 is the people that have come to me because I've invited them through my posts. Well, there's also people, and I won't show it, do it right now, but I will spend some time kind of scrolling through, and every day there's somebody saying, I don't know what to eat. I wish I had motivation. I've gained 10 pounds, or I tried this workout and it didn't work, or I'm really sad about this. There's somebody who posts something that I have a solution for. Let me go off screen share. So what I will do then is I will literally scroll through, and I'll talk to those people, and I'll say, man, meal prep sucks. I get it. I have a couple tips that I'd love to share with you if you're interested. So I'm looking for those people that need my help. And so first of all, obviously I'll friend request them if we're not already friends. Most of the time we already are Facebook friends, but I've never freaking talked to them, which defeats the whole purpose of social media. So this gives us a reason to talk. A girl the other day, not the other day, it was probably 2 months ago, I saw she posted, New Year's is coming. I really wish I was motivated. I sent her a message. Now she's one of our coaches. So people are coming to social media to either vent and say, I need this, I'm upset about this, or whatever. And they do that on social media. And the reason we do that is we're hoping somebody's going to say something back. We're not doing that so it's out in the air. When somebody says send prayers for my grandmother, they're hoping you really send prayers. So if somebody says, I have no freaking idea how to make nachos clean, but I really love nachos, if you have a solution for that, give it to them, whether you know them or not. And then you're inviting them to have a conversation with you. That conversation will lead to nutrition. That conversation will lead to them trusting you that you know how to help them. Any questions, Claudia?
No, I like that. I've actually done that a couple times. I've been terrible about following up with my messages, but this one girl posted something, and I had actually already done a cold invite to her, even though I didn't really know her. We have some mutual friends. I don't know who she is though. Okay. But she posted something about I'm working on loving my body or something like that. And so I reached out and I was like, hey, I was like, just like mom to mom. I'm like, that's so powerful because I've been there and like, I love my body now. And so I just sent her a message and then she did reply. So yeah, that's a good way to like search people out.
I love that. I love that. And then it's legitimate because then you really want to help that person. It's not, I'm sending you a random message because I'm hoping you buy something from me. It's, I want to help you because I see you have a problem.
Yeah. They're struggling with something, whether it be,
And then there's nothing icky about that. It feels good because you have something to help them with. And I love that piece of it. So those are the 3 things I do. Sorry, I've got this awful head junk. So that's what I do. I add to my network by finding like pages. I do the same thing on Instagram every morning. And just like you, Claudia, I do it when I drink my coffee. 80 Day Obsessions kind of screwed up my mojo a little bit, but I'll figure it out. So add to your network first until Facebook tells you no more.
Right.
And then the second is every 24 hours have some sort of an invite in your posts.
So would you say, like the call to action posts that we're told to do, is that like all in one for you? Like you're kind of inviting through your post, so that's your kind of call to action burrito, like? Yeah,
I would say that. And okay. All honestly, I don't really do that because I don't run I don't run monthly groups. I just have one continuous group. So I don't, there she is. Hello. I don't really have that where I can say, come join my challenge group right now. So instead of asking people to join my challenge group, what I am doing is asking them specifically about whatever their need is, if it's nutrition or fitness. And then when we get into that, then they automatically are in my challenge group.
Okay. And so you say you run a continuous challenge group. So you don't do like monthly challenge groups with themes. You just kind of throw everybody in one and it's just continuous.
Yeah. That's what I do. And all my coaches, so we all run one together. It's called Motivation Station. Every month there's like a theme or a goal. So this month was out with the old, in with the new, and it's what goal or what habit do you want to break and what habit do you want to create in the month of January. And so that's been our focus. So in February we'll have another focus. But anyone who buys anything, a challenge pack, a 3-day refresh, and all access are automatically put into that group, whether you're my coach or anyone on my team.
Okay. And so do you do that on Facebook?
Yep.
Okay. And that's not the same as your free group that you run, right? Like on different themes.
No, my free group is, for lack of a better term, a feeder group. So that's the one that I'll share publicly. Everybody can invite to. I'll put it on Swap Shop, stuff like that. And so it is also continuous, and the themes change on that as well. But several people from that group, if they want more accountability, they're interested in the fitness or whatever, then they will purchase an item and then they're in the other group as well.
Okay. And in the other group, you obviously just do like a daily post and then you check in with them, or how does that work? Because my only thing with doing that, I would think that challengers would get kind of burnt out, after like the 21 days or whatever, and they wouldn't be checking out anymore. So how do you keep the engagement up?
They don't. And I'm happy to add you to it so you can check it out. I know I've added a couple other people. The women in my group are such rock stars. So I occasionally will post something in the morning, but really we're just sharing our journeys. It's a lot of what you see on my hello. It's a lot of what you will see on my public page as well.
Sally.
It's talking about what we ate, quotes, things to get through the day. We talk a lot about just random stuff. Why do we pee our pants when we jump rope? I mean, just stuff that you want to talk about in a group. And that's what keeps it going. Everybody just is constantly in motion. And so I've never really felt like I needed to check in with them on Facebook. I'll do challenges. Like today I did a challenge. And then I will check in with them through direct message, and it's mainly only if they're quiet. If I haven't heard from you in a little bit, I'll probably message you. But other than that, So I hope that
lost ya.
answers. Sorry, I'm back. It just keeps freezing.
Hold on, I had a question, but it slipped my mind. So I like that. That's really lax. Like you're just kind of there. So, but like, let's say you have a challenger who buys a challenge pack, and then the next month they don't continue Shakeology. You would still keep them in the motivation station.
It depends. If they bought the all access, for
Right.
sure, that, you know, they bought a year pass to me is the way I view that. And most of the time I have a lot of challengers that will take breaks from Shakeology, but they still need the motivation.
Right,
So,
to eat clean and work out and all that.
I continue because I don't think that we are solely Shakeology. That's just a piece of it. So as long as they purchase a piece of it, then I will serve them. And honestly, through the group, everybody's like woo-woo Shakeology or woo-woo Energize. And so most people are on a lot of products because everybody's talking about them all the time.
Right. And that also kind of takes, like, for example, at least this is the way I have thought before. Rachel, just a second. Like, I don't want to, like, you know, come up with a group and come up with all the content and the daily posts for somebody who, like, bought Shakeology once and then they're not doing it anymore. But this, like, more relaxed group you have, that makes sense because you're not having to stress about a daily post every day to, like, keep them, like, it's just kind of going with its own momentum. So I like that.
It works for me, but I think it works for me because of the women that are in the group. Because I tried something similar to this about a year ago, and it was like crickets all the time. And I did it for my own sanity because I didn't want to come up with something every single day. So it took time to really grow that tribe of people that it's kind of like our 80-day obsession group. Like, there doesn't have to be somebody leading the group because everybody's leading it together. And I think that's important. And I also think that's where you find your coaches. It's the people that are cheering each other on, that you might want to reach out to and ask them if they would like to do this with you. There's no pressure of coming up with your own group. You're just going to add your own people to be a part of this community.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I like that. I'm definitely going to think about that because the monthly group thing, like, I mean, some months I did okay. And then, like, this month was a flop. Like, I had several people who they just didn't even get the order in time. And I was going to run the group on Facebook, but then, like, I didn't even go through with it. I'm kind of working, like, one-on-one with an old challenger.
Right.
We're just checking in with her because she was, like, the only one in there, you know, and the other two girls just kind of didn't. So that's the one thing about, like, month to month. It's hard to, like, rally them all up.
Yeah. But I think you're doing it right. Like, your job is to serve the people that have asked for your help. And so you don't have to have a big group on Facebook to serve somebody that needs your help. You can do that via text message. I have a girl who isn't on Facebook. And so every night she sends me a kind of a recap of her day. And that's how we check in with each other. And I believe that she'd be more successful if she had the accountability of the big group, just because there is that community. But at the same time, if that isn't what she is willing to do at this time, I will meet her where she is willing to do. And eventually maybe I'll get her on Facebook. So that's that. All right. So we covered a lot today. We talked about the 3 types of invites and then a couple group options. So if anybody has any questions in the future, holler at me. This is recording, so I'll go ahead and post that in the group as well. And then we'll do this again next Friday too. Claudia, thank you for hopping on.